Hey guys!
We're here today to check out a band that has a new album coming out in January on Napalm Records. The name of the band is Setyøursails. The name of the song is Mirror. Now, do you have any idea? I don't know anything about this band. I know I have the album for review, and I figure, okay, let's check out a song. That way, if it's a dud, I can just skip a roo on the album. But if it's good, then obviously I'm going to check it out.
But you also have to listen to at least like one or two songs after.
I know, but I figure if we do a video, it saves me the trouble of... Oh, you're saying like even if I don't like the song, still check out a couple...
You never know.
I mean, but this is one of the singles. You expect them to put the best foot forward.
That's true. That's true.
Right. So anyways, based on the name of the band, because we don't know anything about these guys.
When I see Setyøursails, I think, pirate. But since I see the O has like a line, maybe it's Viking.
Still the Seas.
Still the Seas.
See, I didn't go there. I went more like some like metalcore. I don't know. I'm on a boat, bitches. I'm on a motherfucking boat with fucking 4XL sweaters when I'm like a medium. That's kind of where I went with this. No, you're not going. You're not feeling that. No. All right. Well, let's see who's right.
Most likely, I'm right.
Okay, so let's see.
Hopefully, I'm right.
There's only one way to find out.
That'd be very funny if Setyøursails was a metalcore band.
All right, let's find out.
Okay.
Let's find out. Let's do this. I'm so excited. Okay, let's see this. Definitely not pirates. Pirates, you said? Pirates, you said?
Vikings, I said?
Vikings?
What the fuck?
I was right. Well, I mean, they were not on a boat, but still, I was right.
Not in a good way.
What do you mean not in a good way? You didn't like it?
I think me thinking it would be Vikings.
Oh, you went in like with one idea?
I think I didn't like it like in the way that I like normal, metal. I like metalcore, don't get me wrong, but I felt like
Oh, you went in thinking this was going to be a mano
and I think that's why it fucked me over. Because I wasn't expecting it, so I wasn't able to enjoy it. Because the whole time I'm thinking, how the fuck are you going to name yourself Setyøursails, but It's not like something like I never in a million years would think a metalcore band would name themselves like Setyøursails.
I see, but this is where you're wrong. Because metalcore bands tend to have like the freaking weirdest names ever.
Architects?
That's a fucking weird name for a band.
But when you see but the thing is
that the only one that comes to your mind?
No, because
while she sleeps. Okay, what the hell are you gonna do while she sleeps? Are you gonna look at her? That's freaking weird.
I know, but when you see band names like that, they don't
Escape the fate.
But those names
every time I die, like,
dude,
do I need to keep going?
Dude, those names they don't indicate
Siamese.
Some of them don't indicate. Some of them don't indicate different genres like that. Okay?
Eyes wide open.
Those don't indicate different genres. Half of them don't indicate like completely different genres. A band.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying the name of the band doesn't throw you for a loop.
It doesn't throw me for a loop because I'm like, okay, this band it has a potential to be everything, right? It has a potential to be
They
have a potential to be a metalcore band or a doom. Like it's always like one or the other. But I'm always.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But Setyøursails is not a band that indicates metalcore at all.
But it's all one word, and the O has a line.
So it could be Viking. That's why I thought Viking.
That was very edgy.
No, that's why I thought Viking, because of the O with the line. Didn't know we were naming Elon Musk's kids here with AXO, some bullshit. I don't know how the hell teachers are going to say that shit. But
you,
Elon Jr., come up here.
Yeah. I mean, like, to me, it didn't surprise. Honestly, I swear to God, I've never heard a single
I was
note.
Say you
I never heard a single. I swear, on my son's life, I never heard a single word.
If I die tomorrow, he lied.
I never heard a single word of the.
Dead tomorrow.
Listen, I'm being honest here. I didn't. I just figure, Setyøursails, all one word. Right? Like, all one word, right? The O, very edgy thing with the O.
Okay, you know how my graduation thing, they only give us a certain amount of boxes to use? Maybe when they were signing for Napalm, they're like, by the way, your band can't be this long. Oh, fuck, okay, I guess we have to put it all. We don't have time. We can't leave that box with the space. We gotta just, you know?
I honestly, when the song started, I'm like, fuck, this guy was way off. And like,
I heard the first, like,
but listen,
I heard the first like synthesizer ding, and I'm like, well, there goes my enjoyment.
But see, the problem for you is you came with an expectation.
Get the fuck off your high horse. You've done that so many times. You've done it way more. This is probably the first time I've done this, and I
think the last time I felt the way you feel now was the first time ever we listened to Eminence.
Yeah.
Remember, I was like. Because I came in with like these really high expectations.
Exactly.
That there was going to be something, and then was something completely different, and I was like, "Wow, this was absolutely awful." And you're like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You loved it." So, can I go first? Because I think you're
I feel like I should go first on this one.
Okay, go first, and then
the drummer's hair I did not like.
Fuck! Like, what does that have to do with anything?
I'm
not the one. Listen, I'm.
But he was rocking that early 2000s emo vibe where it was like covering one side of his.
Okay, so let me say this. I'm gonna let you talk, but let me say this. This band, you know who they reminded me of?
Who?
As far as the look and the sound, Red Hand Denial from Toronto.
Yeah.
Oh, female lead singer. Even they look alike. Her and Lauren look alike. There's a lot of similarities with the sound, with the style. When the song started, I was like, wow. I don't know where they're from, but I'm assuming it's either Germany or Sweden.
I like the hat.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I like her style. The vocals,
she rocks the hat well.
The vocals, too. I don't know if they're from Germany or Sweden, but my money is on either one of those two countries as far as this band is concerned. But it reminded me of Red Hand Denial.
Just like how I went into this, it's one of these two. You're going to be like, it's either Germany or Sweden.
And they're from Denmark.
Tanzania.
No, they're from Denmark. They could be from that. Siamese are from Denmark, so they could be from Denmark.
Exactly.
Whatever. Anyway.
Like how Siamese, for example, like that's a band name that's like, oh well,
it's definitely not death metal.
Definitely not death metal, but it could be. It's a neutral name, so you could be a lot of things.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying now. Okay. It would be like naming your band Captain Morgan. And it has nothing to do with rum or pirates or whatever. I got it. Okay, got it. Checked.
It's like naming your band Deathcore, and it's power metal.
So you name your band after a genre, but
you can play a different genre.
Okay. So anyways, what do you got to say?
I think it ruined my thinking. It ruined it a little bit for me because the whole song.
But I saw you vibing at the end.
I was vibing at the end, but even now looking, if I listen to it again, I'll probably have a better,
It's a good track.
It's a good track, but it's not a great track.
But it's a good track.
But it's a good track. This track is like when people say that metalcore is all the same, though. That's what I got from it. It's like when people are like, how do you like metalcore? All of it's the same. This sounds very processed metalcore. It doesn't... I liked the delivery of the vocals were the only thing that I felt had a lot of soul. But I felt...
I like the changes. You got clean vocals in the first verses. You got harsh vocals in the second, and then you got some electronic.
I don't know. There's
a progression there.
But not only did it feel like it felt like metalcore, but it also felt like early 2000s emo type music, like Bring Me the Horizon, stuff like that. That's what it reminded me of. So to me, it felt very...
Bring Me the Horizon emo back then?
I think they were.
They're the ones that invented deathcore. I don't think they were emo.
I think they were emo back then. Whenever I think... like Panic at the Disco, maybe?
Okay. Okay, fine. That's a better... Okay.
Listen, when I think of emo, I think of Bring Me the Horizon, Panic at the Disco, fucking Black Veil Brides.
Okay, the last two were better options.
Okay, so Black Veil Brides also kind of... It's that very...
Doesn't sound nothing like Black Veil Brides.
But it has a very radio-friendly... type
I don't disagree with you.
It's a very radio friendly, so it feels to me obviously it ruined it.
No, I thinking you're going to listen to a Monomarth and getting this, obviously
it ruined it,
seriously.
Right? So obviously I probably have a different appreciation for it, but after listening to it with more of an angry mindset that it wasn't that, to me it just felt like it is that saying of those people who are like, how do you like metalcore? It's all the same. This is what they listen to.
Them being proved right.
This is them being proved right. Yeah, this is what they listen to for them to say that, because it sounds very, other than the vocals, everything, the whole thing kind of sounds manufactured. And even the vocals at some point, the harsh vocal elements came in and I was happy, but at the same time it felt very, very light to be metalcore.
It's not. I mean, there's some core elements in there,
but it wasn't
sure.
fully metalcore.
But
if you like compare this to Architects,
it's almost like a little bit of post-hardcore.
It's like metalcore mixed with early 2000s emo metal.
You're
emo
stuck
stuff.
You're stuck on this emo thing.
No, I'm serious, man.
Anyways,
I'm serious.
Can I go next?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to check out the album.
Okay.
The reason I'm going to check out the album is simple. And I'm going to use another band that we have already mentioned here, Siamese. The first time I heard the album from Siamese was on my drive to work, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is like R&B, pop, rock, with some core elements. It's like you're throwing everything at the wall hoping something sticks. That's kind of how that album came across to me. The more I listen to it, the more hooked I become. The thing is fucking crack. Now, to the point now, like... I think it's one of the most played albums on my phone for the whole year, and it just came out in December. So, it grew on me like a bad fucking foot fungus. It grew on me. I really love the record. So this song here, there was enough in this track. I don't think this is probably the best song on the album, I'll tell you that much. But there's enough in this song for me to really say, you know what? I want to hear the whole album. I want to hear the whole album before I pass judgment. I want to hear the whole album. The reasons why are simple. I like the style of the band. I thought they looked good in the video. I like their approach. They reminded me, like I said earlier, of Red Handed Denial, which is a band from Toronto that has the same fit, like a guitar player, bass player, drummer, female lead singer that has clean and harsh. We've done one of their videos on the channel. You guys can go check it out. So it kind of reminded me of that band, and that's a band that we've seen live, and it's a band that we like. So there's enough here that reminds me of that band, and because I like that band, I think that if I listen to this album, I'm probably going to like this album as well. So that's kind of where my starting point. As far as the sound goes, I agree with you in terms that the sound doesn't really offer a lot of new elements or nothing really fresh.
It sounds cookie cutter.
It's a sound that I've heard before, and I'm going to hear it again after and whatever. There's nothing really it's not like I can say that there was something in the sound that was like, wow, man, this really blew me away. I haven't heard this before, or whatever. Different way of doing something. It felt a little like we've been down this road before, right?
But that's not a bad thing, because there are some bands.
No, it's not a bad thing.
that
I'm just saying it. It's
Yeah, I know, but I was saying it like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, because I've listened to obviously bands that are like that, but I'm able to get really into it because
there's other elements.
there's
that
other
bring you
elements
in.
about it that bring me in, either more harsh vocals, or I love the guys or female. I love the clean vocals and the melody that they bring, that I'm willing to overlook the cookie cutter elements in there.
This song, in my opinion, has that radio friendly approach to it. 100%. I agree with you on that. Now, the part that I really gravitated to this song is I really like the vocals.
No,
and
the
I like
vocals are really
and I
good.
like the progression, even though sound wise the song felt very safe. Even where the breakdown comes in, everything felt like it was at the right place in the right time, but at the same time, it doesn't really, it doesn't break the mold, right? So from that perspective, I was okay with it. But the vocals is really what's going to bring me back to this band. It's really the in her hat,
In the hat, yeah.
the vocals in
Definitely
her
not
hat.
the drummer's haircut.
The
Fucking emo.
he's gonna.
That's why it also brought me to the emo.
I'm gonna get an email about
Fucking
this.
emo.
I'm gonna get an email about this. Anyways, her vocals. I like the progression. I like the fact that you have clean vocals in the first verse, then you have harsh vocals in the second, and then towards the end you have some electronic elements into her voice. I like that progression. I like the fact that I like her range. I like what she can do with her voice. What kept me connected with this song from the beginning all the way to the end was really her voice. Her voice was the selling point on this track. That's the reason why I really enjoyed the song. Because musically, I didn't feel like they took liberties. I didn't feel like they went outside the box. I thought everything was very safe. I also don't know if this is their debut album or not. So there's a lot of things that you have to consider before you completely set your sails.
Yeah.
And go towards the sunset. So I think there's a lot of things you have to consider. Her voice, her range, the approach there, the band style, you could see that they have the potential to have much more impactful songs than this one. And because of that, I'm going to check out the album and see how that goes.
Listen.
Putting it out
Yeah,
there.
and I think I'll
It's not I'm not writing them off.
I'm not writing them off
because I
either.
enjoy the track.
I think the vocals.
But it's
were
not like
the vocals were the one thing that I was able to vibe to after my
her
disappointment.
voice was really good, man. I really
And they
liked
were
it.
able to take me out of my disappointment, so which means they had a lot of power in them to take me out of my disappointment. But I will check out some other songs from them because I did like the vocals a lot. But I think most of my anger came from me thinking this would be Viking metal or pirate metal.
It wasn't to be had. But anyways,
But I'm not wrong about that. I even if I listen to them again and I enjoy them, I am not wrong, and I will not go away from what I said about.
you stay by your word.
I will stay by my word that it is very cookie cutter, and it does sounds like a YouTube video, how to metalcore. Like this is.
Like
This is
maybe Nocturnal?
yeah, like this is what you get when you watch the video how to metalcore, and then you're like, oh well, I guess this is how you metalcore, and then they just copy from the video.
All right, fine. I accept your point of view. You're entitled to it. I don't necessarily completely disagree with you, but there was enough there
We
for
have
me
something.
to.
Yeah, we both. I feel like in the end,
I think we're both in agreement.
we're both in agreement.
There's things that we agree on. There's things we disagree on. But at the end, the song was.
I was
okay.
the one who had to say the stuff we both disagreed on.
But before we
I'm
go,
gonna
I just
take
want
the brunt of
to
the
say
attack.
one more thing before we go here is that how many times have we done videos where either one of us doesn't like it? Most likely me.
Most
I don't
likely
like
it's
it.
you,
I don't
yeah.
like it. And the next thing you know, I'm like head over heels over the band. This year, it's happened in the last month of the year. Not this year. The last month of last year in December. Twice. Siamese and Eminence. The first time I listened to those two bands, I swear to God, if they were in front of me, I would run them over with a truck. And then next thing you know, Eminence, their album is in my top 10 for albums of 2021, and Siamese is one of my most played records. The only reason I didn't put it on the list is because I don't really consider that album a metal album. Otherwise, it would have made my list because I wanted to keep everything metal, and that to me. There's a lot of R&B in there, so I didn't want to rock. Like I didn't want to put it on my list. So it just goes to show you that the perception that you have the first time listening is not necessarily the perception that you're going to have going forward. For me, there's enough here to check out the album, and then I'll go from there.
And same.
All right. On that note, no amount of Marth to be had. But
No L-storm to be had either.
hey, somebody got fucked with an anchor though.
That was definitely me. I got fucked with the anchor.
All right, on that note, guys, thank you for watching this video. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See ya.
See ya.